Hi guys. This is my women's rumors for the week of September 1st, 2018. Also, I forgot to mention this in my last video. Um, I also will be reviewing the upcoming seasons of Total Bellas and Total Divas. Um, just giving you a heads up. I know Nina's still together. No, they never. No, I know that they never broke up. So my review will be way different than AfterBuzz, and my opinions will be way different than the people on Twitter. Okay? Because I know some shit that the media don't want to get out. And I know some shit that the media hasn't reported. Okay? So when I do those reviews, keep in mind that I know some shit that y'all may not know. Okay? So yeah. Um so now let's get on to my women's rumors. Also, I will be doing a rant, and you guys will see what that's all about. Okay. Women's rumors number one. Maurice is scheduled to be on SmackDown tonight, and by the way, that was for Tuesday. Um, and will be a regular again from here on out. They also report a Maurice versus Brie Bella match being considered for Evolution. I talked about that a little bit, and like I said before, I feel like that's fine. I mean, those are two women that, for their time, Maurice was definitely a top girl of her time period. She was definitely Kelly Kelly before Kelly Kelly became big. Okay, she was definitely the biggest girl behind Michelle for sure. Um, so yeah, I have no issue with that. Brie, of course, proving herself time and time again. So yeah, I have no issue with that. And one thing, a person said, "Oh, let's put two girls in a match that can never wrestle. Great, great for Evolution." And I'm like, it's so funny how when you use their logic against them, they get upset. That's so funny to me because I'm like, what about them? Is it that they can't wrestle? Is it their moves? Is it their sequences? Is it how they Is it their timing? Like, what is it? And when they can never answer those questions, the questions that are about the wrestling, when they can't answer, they call you a bitch. They say you don't know shit about wrestling. And I'm like, that basically shows me you're using your perception, what you think about them in real life, and putting it into their WWE shit. But I'm going to get into that during my rant. But I have no issues with this match. I actually want the match to happen. Like I said before, I watched the Bellas and Maurice have matches together. They have great chemistry. Their matches are actually really good. So I have no issues with it. Like I said, as long as they take what makes their men great in the ring and apply it to their style, because both of them are decent in the ring, and they're not going to be the best match, of course, but I want all the matches at Evolution to be the best they possibly could be with the people that are in the match. So we know that Maurice and Brie won't give us a Nikki and Natalya type of level match. We know that, right? But they can give us a Nikki versus Brie, or a Lord, what's a good match? Or in Paige versus Alicia at Payback. Those are good matches. Those are really good matches that I feel like this match could level up to. Okay? So I have no issues with that. And also, people are complaining because they feel like it's a waste of Evolution. Here's what people need to realize. Just like the Women's Royal Rumble, if they want the women's pay-per-views to succeed, the first of something have to be the most star-studded, attracted, I don't know how to say it, but they have to be the most star-studded and have the most attractions. Despite what people think, despite how people feel, you need people like the Bellas, Trish, Maurice, and the people that are most likely coming back to be on the pay-per-view. You need those people, not only because they help pave the way for the shit to happen in the first place, but because those are the people that help bring eyes. Those are the people that casuals and people outside of WWE know. And if you want women's wrestling to be great, and if you want women's pay-per-views to continue, Your first pay-per-view needs to be the most star-studded. And like I said, all the matches don't have to be 5-star matches. They just have to be the best match that the people in the match could possibly give. And in my opinion, Brie and Maryse can give a great match. And I wish people would understand that. And then people are complaining because they're like, oh, it's a reality TV show match. This is why fans will never ever be happy with WWE. Because they think they know more than the person that helped make it, and they think they could book the fucking show. Stop. Maryse, okay, let's think about the 3 matches that are most likely already happening. Trish versus Alexa. That is a dream match for wrestling fans. It is. Think about it. You have Trish Stratus, one of the most greatest women's champions of all time. You have Alexa Bliss, who's already on legendary status, right? Well, not legendary, but she's already being built up as a great champion, a great superstar, right? Alexa Bliss is the closest thing to Trish Stratus other than Nikki Bella, when you consider like their stories and all that. So if Trish wasn't going to fight Nikki at Evolution, she was going to fight Alexa. And I knew that because I would want Trish versus Sasha or Trish versus Nikki at a bigger pay-per-view. I would. That's like a WrestleMania or SummerSlam type matches to me. Alexa versus Trish, definitely a Evolution type match. I feel like that match is a match for wrestling fans. Okay? That's a dream match for wrestling fans. And even the fans that don't care about wrestling, they want to see 2 hot chicks. So either way, that gets eyes on the products from a wrestling fan standpoint. Then you have Brie versus Maryse. The Bellas are very well known in the reality TV world, right? Maryse is very known in the reality TV world in Hollywood. You know that the people that watch Total Bellas, Total Divas, and Ms. Maryse, and the people that know Ms. Maryse because of their work in Hollywood, you know that they're going to tune in to watch this match. So that's another big audience going into Evolution. Whether it's streams, whether it's paying for the network, whether it's going to the show, whether it's buying merch, that's another big audience going into the pay-per-view and giving WWE money. Then you have Nikki versus Ronda for the main event. That is a main event, mainstream match if I ever fucking saw one. That match is probably going to get the same amount of coverage as Nina getting engaged, most likely. Because that is 2 of your biggest female mainstream stars on the biggest possible platform, in the biggest possible match, on the first ever women's pay-per-view for WWE. That screams money, that screams mainstream attention, that screams everything WWE wants. So that's 3 big-ass audiences already giving money, giving time, giving attention to WWE. But you guys don't think about that. You guys just think, oh, I don't like them, I don't want to see it, it's gonna suck, it's gonna drag down the pay-per-view. No, it's not. And if it really makes you feel that bad, don't fucking watch it. Because sometimes, to be funny, I had to watch multiple pay-per-views where I got to see no divas, where I got to see no people that I liked. So if it really pisses you off that much that you're going to see matches that you don't think is good enough, or that you don't think helps build this fucking dumbass perception that you have of women's wrestling in your fucking head, don't watch. Because I don't want you ruining a opportunity or a experience for people that want to get into women's wrestling, want to take it seriously, but can't because you're being a fucking asshole. Alright? But yeah. I expect this match to happen. I hope it happens. I think it'll be the best possible match it'll be. I mean, it can be. So, I'm excited for the match if it happens. And then this is about the match card. The card for Evolution has 6 matches already in it. Alexa Bliss versus Trish Stratus has already been booked by the WWE. the finals of this year's Mae Young Classic. I know that's going to be great. Title defenses for whoever is the Raw, SmackDown, and NXT Women's Champion at the time. So that means that most likely Ronda will defend her title against Nikki. You already know that. Depending on if Charlotte or Becky win, when it comes to Hell in a Cell, one of them will defend the SmackDown title. Kairi will defend the NXT Women's title, most likely against Shayna. And then the crowning of the NXT UK Women's Championship will round the base of the card. And Rhea Ripley, I think is her name, she won that. I think she's going to have a title defense. So already you have 6 title matches. Already. So you already have 6 title matches for Evolution. All those matches are great. All those matches will likely be good. They'll be great. They're the base of the card. Right? So then, with those being the base of the card, you could have a match like Brie versus Maurice. You could have like Naomi versus Lita. You can have Asuka versus Michelle, what the fuck ever. You could have different matches and old versus new. Well, not old versus new, but pioneers versus versus the now type of thing. Because despite how much people hate to admit it, there are a lot of fucking women that have paved the way for this to happen, and they deserve a chance to show why they helped make it happen. And if you can't get that, don't watch. Don't ruin it for the people that have want to see this happen for so long, but because you hate 5 people on the show, you're going to trash the whole show. No. If you're going to be like that, just don't watch. Because you are ruining an experience that we have wanted forever. And I don't do that with you, so you don't get to do that with me. Alright? So, yeah. So, that's going to be the base of the card, and then most likely there's going to probably be quite a few more matches announced. And those haven't been announced yet, but that's basically going to be the basis of the card. And this isn't really a rumor. This is just something that I felt was interesting and I feel like could be a rumor or has been a rumor for the past few months. Maria, she's a girl that I cannot stand because of the shit that happened with her in the Bellas. So I'm not even going to get into that. But Maria would like to see the Divas Championship return as a 3rd women's title. Okay. I know people are going to go up in arms about that, especially Smarks. But here's how I feel. What she said made perfect sense. The women outside of the main title picture need something to fight for. They need something to give them attention, to get people invested in them. But, in my opinion, leave the Divas Championship alone. It already has its legacy. Its last 2 championship runs definitely help make it more memorable, more legendary. So leave it alone. Okay? Leave it alone. Let us have its own legacy. Let it be its own thing. However, I do think that women's tag titles would be perfect. Because you have 4 women in the title picture now. Then you have a few teams that's already a team or could be made into a team. And you have them being built up to chase and to feud and stuff like that. Okay? Like, for me personally, if women's tag titles happening, I see the Bellas winning them before they leave. I do. And you're going to be a bold-faced ass liar if you think that they shouldn't win at some point before they leave. They don't have to be the first winners. They don't have to be the first women tag team. They don't. I'm cool with that. But they need to run with those titles before they retire. And you're lying to yourself if you think that they don't. But yeah. But like already off the top of my head, you have the Bellas. You have the Riot Squad, who could basically be a female version of New Day when it comes to like switching the women and all that. You have Lord, Ember and Dana. That could be something, or Ember and Nia. You have Alexa, mixed with Nia and Mickey. You have Naomi and Lana, they could be something. You have Lord have mercy. You have the Iconics, okay? Asuka can be paired with someone like, and then you have Shayna possibly coming up. You have people from NXT coming up that could be tag teams. Like, they could do so much with women's tag titles that I feel like that would be much better than a third women's championship. I feel like tag titles would be better. I feel like if they have them, they should make them brand exclusive, which means if the champion's on Raw, then let them feud with as much people as they can on Raw, and then go to SmackDown, and then, yeah. But I agree with what she said. I just don't think it should be with the Divas title. I feel like let that have its own legacy, let it be its own thing, let it stay where it is. But yeah, those were the 3 rumors of this week that interested me. And now on to women's storylines and shows comments. I only have about 5 for this week. This one has, okay, first one. Maybe Bliss has a different plan for Ronda Rousey to make their second encounter more competitive. I can't give an answer beyond the rematch clause is well established and people wonder why Alexa Bliss isn't invoking it even after she got her ass beat something fierce. And Ronda needs a title match between now and Evolution anyway. Also, the super friendly nature of the Bellas feels so fake somehow to the point where I'm wondering if that's the point. That at any minute after Hell in a Cell, the Bellas are going to betray the shit out of Rousey. I would did that, actually. Okay, so first, Ronda versus Alexa. Okay, so a video of them at a house show came about, and people are going up in arms because it was more back and forth than the SummerSlam match, and people are still like, oh, why didn't this happen at SummerSlam? Once again, for people that claim they're so fucking smart, you're so fucking stupid. Clearly, SummerSlam was to show Ronda's dominance. It was to show that Alexa couldn't escape her. She couldn't do anything to really offer. Now that she's gotten her real feel of Ronda, now she can do tactics. She could do, she has a better idea of what she's actually dealing with, and she's not taking her for granted anymore. So, and house shows, if people don't know this, house shows, especially for the women, are places where the women try out new moves, new sequences, and all that for their matches. And if it works for the house show crowd, they try it on TV. And if it works for TV, then they continue it. That's happened a lot with like the Bellas, Paige, Natty. A lot of times during the 2011 and 12 era, I watched matches of I watched a triple threat match between Nikki Paige and Naomi, and that was supposed to be their match at Elimination Chamber, but because the time got cut in half, that's why the match ended the way that it was. So it's like house shows help them. House shows is basically for the main roster what NXT was for the 4 Horsewomen. Basically, they get to train for months, spot for spot, what they want to do in their match. And that's why their matches come out so great. House shows, they get to train, not train, but they get to practice what spots they want to do, what sequences and all that. So, yeah. But again, a lot of the times it turns out different. Sometimes it could be good, sometimes it could be bad, because at house shows, a lot of the times the women get like 20 minutes, and on the main roster they may get like 10. So half the cool shit we saw at a house show you might not see on the main show, and that's happened so many times. That's why I don't get as pissed, or I don't degrade the match on the main roster as much, because I know that the match could have been amazing, but it got debunked half the time. So that's why it was the way that it was. But yeah, naturally they're gonna try out shit at house shows. Naturally they're gonna do more sequences and all that to see how it feels, to see if they can do it, and they're going to continue that until Hell in a Cell, I'm sure. So I'm pretty sure Hell in a Cell is gonna be a better match, It's probably going to be a little bit more back and forth. But yeah, so if why people freaked out about that and got mad about that, I do not know. You knew that Ronda was going to kill her at Hell in a Cell. You knew that Hell in a Cell was most likely going to be a better match. Don't know why you're upset about it. And then I totally agree that they're only doing Alexa versus Ronda at Hell in a Cell because she needs to train more with Nikki, probably. And Alexa and Ronda need to train more for their match. So it basically has to do with training and building up the story going into Hell in a Cell. Excuse me. It's building up Alexa and Trish already, because Trish already did an interview, and oh my gosh, she was amazing. I love her. And it's already building up Nikki versus Ronda, so yeah. And then this one was from Instagram, and they'll be from everywhere, by the way. I'm thinking either a big heel turn or Nikki just inserting herself, kind of like how Nia did, even though Nia was champion. She could say how Ronda has nobody to face come Evolution, and she has to defend her title, so if she's looking for a challenge, she's got one. I would be down with that, because here's the thing. I don't feel like they want the Bellas to be heels during this era. I feel like, if anything, they want them to be tweeners. And the Bellas are one of the few women that actually know how to work a crowd against or for their favor. So I feel like the Bellas are going to be tweeners, kind of, during this run, in the sense of like they're kick-ass women that are ready to show the new girls, or I guess the girls that they haven't wrestled yet, because a lot of them aren't really new to the Bellas, but the girls that they haven't wrestled yet, what they're capable of, that you shouldn't count them out. But they're also really excited to be back in WWE, to be back doing what they love and all that. So you can see kind of a heel side and kind of a face side with them in this run of theirs. And I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. And like I said, this could be either Nikki just wanting... This could be either Nikki being a heel and her, or tweener and her, being sick and tired of constantly being sidelined for the sake of Natalya or the Four Horsewomen, and people forgetting what she's done to help make this revolution happen. Or it could just be, hey, we respect each other, we're cool. You don't have a challenger. I would like to challenge you. I feel like it'll be a great match. I feel like, yeah. So that could easily go either way. So I'm excited to see how they do that. This one is about Evolution. My take on Evolution, and I don't agree with this totally, which I'll explain later. My take on Evolution is in not giving us the matches we necessarily want. They are trying to make this as mainstream as possible to make it successful, even if it's not as enjoyable, which I don't agree with. So I wonder if we shouldn't be grateful to some extent. I mean, we get to see as Meteor card, again, don't agree with, might be intended to get as many ads in the show as possible. Lengthy booking is not okay, but if it goes for the show to be considered successful so we can get a second one, it makes sense. The best matches aren't necessarily the ones that put butts in seats. Okay. The only thing I agree with is the last sentence. Me personally, I feel like people bashing the show based off 3 matches is fucking bullshit. And I feel like if I was to do that with all the men's pay-per-views, I would not watch them. So I don't think it's fair that they're doing it. And it annoys me even more that the people doing it are the ones that always call the women piss breaks. So it's like, your opinion doesn't really mean shit anyway, considering that you don't really care about the women like that. But I don't think that the matches are going to be mediocre. Like I said, I don't feel like the matches that we have, I don't feel like every match is going to be a 5 or 10 star match, but I feel like they will be the best possible matches that can happen for the people in the match. Like, again, we know that Brie versus Maurice won't be on the level as Nikki versus Natty or Sasha versus Charlotte. We know that. But it can be on a similar level as Brie versus Nikki Hell in a Cell, or Nikki versus, or Paige versus Alicia at Payback. And my opinion, those matches were great. They told a great story and all that. I feel like Maurice and Brie had the potential to do that. And I feel like if they stay in the realm of their potential, then they'll do good. If they try to go above and beyond, then that's when it'll probably get all wonky and all crazy and all botchy and shit. But if they stay in the realm of those type of matches and go for that type of story, then it'll be good. But I don't feel like it's lazy booking that we're not getting the best possible matches, because like he said, the best possible matches won't necessarily put butts in seats. WrestleMania isn't just about the matches. It's about the star quality. It's about the spectacle. It's about everything in between. Great matches are great, yes. WrestleMania always has 3 to 4 great wrestling matches, but the stories with those matches make the matches even better. And even the matches that may suck to some people, the stories about those matches make up for it. You know? Like, a lot of people say that Nikki and John versus Miz Marisa match sucked. I've already given my opinion on that. I don't think it sucked. I liked it. But they felt like the match, but they felt like the story of the match, they felt like the story heading into the match, and they felt like the proposal made up for the match sucking, in their opinion. So, in my opinion, I don't think we're going to get a mediocre card. I think the card is going to be great. I think the matches are going to be great. And I feel like people judging it off of three matches that I feel like are going to be great, might I add, is bullshit. And again, these are the same people that have called the women piss breaks, that have dogged the women out for fucking years, but yet now all of a sudden, because people that they don't like are on the show, they're so concerned about match quality. Boy, bye. And this was a response to the comment that I just read. Sorry guys, I'm tired. And by the way, sorry that I couldn't get the video done yesterday. It was raining, and I live in an apartment building. And the cables sometimes mess up my internet when it's raining, and I didn't want to do this because I knew it was going to be a long ass video, so I didn't want to do it and then have it mess up in between. So that's why I'm doing it in the morning. So when it comes to my women's wrestling rumors, depending on what the rumors are of that week, it's going to happen either on Friday night or Saturday morning. Okay? So yeah. But this is a response to what I just read. Totally agree on this. This is the first women's only pay-per-view. Of course, they're going to have it be as star-studded as possible because they wanted to draw big numbers and succeed, which I've talked about. If it is a total bomb, they may never do another one. See the disastrous December to Dismember from WWE CW. Oh my god, that was horrible. I remember that. This is the foundation. This is the foundation to have this be a big thing for years to come. I'm sorry, but if they had the show packed with Ember Moon, Ruby Riott type matches instead of big stars a lot of people would love to see on here, from what I've seen, the arena would be half full and the show would completely bomb. You need Ronda, you need Trish, you need Nikki Bella, etc., etc., in order to attract eyeballs and have it succeed and be a big part of the future programming. Totally agree. Totally agree. And I love Ember. I like Ruby Riott. But great matches don't necessarily sell a show. If that was the case, TNA would be way bigger than it is. Okay? And like you said, you need those big names. You need those big stars. You need those big mainstream attractions, those big mainstream attention people to be on that show, to make it successful. And like I said, those people are most likely aren't going to be on every show. I mean, every pay-per-view, wrestling, and all that. But in order for it to succeed, you need them for the first one, because this sets the tone for the up-and-coming ones. Okay? Like the first women's Royal Rumble. People loved that match. People had nitpicks here and there, but overall, everyone loved that match. And here's the thing, the same people that loved it were the same ones that were doubting it. I guarantee you the same ones that are bashing the show already, talking shit about it, are the same ones that are going to love it. Because they always go based off the first few things, and then they make up their mind, and then when it's totally proved them wrong, they have to be like, okay, I was wrong. Despite the fact that some people don't do that. But it's like, in order for this to be successful, you need your big players for the first one, and then your seconds, thirds, and fourths, those big players start to become less and less. Yes, they will make appearances and all that, naturally. But you don't have to rely on them as much afterwards, okay? But for your first one, you need those big stars. You need those big players. You need those big mainstream attractions. And as much as you hate to admit it, the Bellas, Trish, Bucky, Michelle, Kelly, anybody that they choose to come back, most likely are going to put ass in seats. And they're going to get attention on the product. Like I said, the first 3 matches are already announced, already has the mainstream attention. And Nikki versus Ronda, that could have as much mainstream attention as when Nina got engaged, and that was a lot. You have the reality show match that's going to get reality show people to tune in and buy tickets and all that. You have the wrestling fan dream match that's going to get wrestling fans tuned in, and if not that, just to see two. So you already have 3 big audiences. And WWE wants to be mainstream. And if you want this to continue, you have to let them do this. You have to let them use these people for the first one. You have to. Because if a match is and rewrite matches, I love them, but I would not watch. I wouldn't. I'm sorry. So I definitely agree with that comment. And this one is about the match quality of versus Trish. I have absolutely no problem with Alexa facing Trish at Evolution. Would choosing a member of the 4 Horsewomen or Asuka been a better choice? Probably, but, and this is just my opinion, I think this match has the potential to be great. Not just great, but like Alexa's best match in WWE great, which I definitely agree with. This is legit the time where Alexa has no excuses why she didn't put on a great match. I'm a heel, I think heels aren't supposed to be flashing in the ring, which is what they told the Bellas in 2011 to 12 as well. Okay, maybe that works, but not in this case. What you're not going to do is have a basic match with arguably the greatest women's champion this company has ever seen. I think the fuck not. If this is legit the case, this match is going to be bad and a waste of Trish in my opinion. Considering this is the first ever all-women's pay-per-view, no woman on this pay-per-view can afford to do mad. All the matches need to deliver, and WWE needs to know this to be taken seriously. And I'm excited for this match, and I hope we can get some hype. And I hope we can get some type of build-up, because the promos between Alexa and Trish would be lit, which we've already started to see. Totally agree with that comment. Like I said, I have no issues with Alexa facing Trish, because I personally feel like Trish versus any of the 4 Horsewomen or the Bellas or Asuka should be saved for a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam match. Have no issue with that, and I definitely don't think this will be Trish's last match in WWE either. So I have no issues with that. But like she said, I think the fuck not. You are not going to be basic with arguably the greatest women's champion in this company ever. That's what we're not going to do. And like I said, every match is not going to be a 5, but every match needs to be the best match it could possibly be. And this could be Alexa's best match in WWE, probably besides her one with Charlotte. Okay? And a few of hers in NXT. And I feel like If this match bombs, Alexa, not trying to be funny, she needs to be bumped to tag team level. Like, she doesn't need to be in the main picture anymore. Because they've given you a lot since your main roster debut. And if you cannot deliver in this match, you need to be debunked from your spot unless someone else take it. Seriously. Okay? Because there's no way in hell this match should happen and it's not great. No way in hell. So I totally agree with that comment. I definitely have faith in them to do great, and I want them to do great, and I'm gonna be positive that they are going to do great. But I'm also going to be I'm also going to give criticism if it's not. So yeah. But and now I'm gonna go on a little rant. When when Maurice versus Brie was announced, someone said, I'm not gonna read the comment. Someone said, "Oh, great, two women that can never wrestle that stuck their way to the top, being a part of the Women's Evolution pay-per-view. Great job, WWE." First of all, that comment just right there shows that you're not in the mindset that WWE's in right now. Just saying. And you know what? I'm sick and tired of that fucking goddamn narrative. I'm sick of it. Not just with the Bellas, but with a lot of divas. Of the now and of the past. People have said Alexa Bliss has sucked her way to the top. People have said that about the Bellas. They said that about Maurice. They said that about Kelly. They said that about Trish. About Lita. All the top possible women you could think of, they've said the only reason why they're successful is because they sucked their way to the top. Not because they trained and worked hard. Not because they really want to be successful. Not none of that. It's literally because they sucked dick. Those type of people are the main ones that were calling the women a pitchback for so long. They're the main ones that not give a fuck about the women's division. They're the main ones that fake care about the division as a whole when they only want one person to succeed and one person to reign over the whole division. And then once they're bored of that one person, oh, it's a pitchback again. Those are those type of people. Those are those people that have the fucking gall to say, oh, the matches are gonna suck and all that. In my opinion, you don't have a fucking opinion on this type of shit. In my opinion, your opinion means fuck all. Because you're the main motherfucker that keeps this negative ass narrative of women can never improve, they will never be anything alive, but you're the one wanting women to succeed. Are you really? Are you really? Like, this is like, you really need to tell me that after all the improvements that the Bellas have made, after all the improvement that Maurice did when she first came in, you mean to tell me that they can't wrestle? Despite the fact that I feel like Alexa is basic, she can wrestle. Kelly, I feel like, was at the very least decent with the right person. You are the person that keeps this negative ass narrative about women going and then get upset when I could use that narrative about your fave. That's a male or a female. And then when I do that, you don't have any argument to fight against me. You want to call me a bitch, a slut, a whore, I don't know wrestling, I'm dumb, and all that. And that's cool. But I'm sick and tired of that fucking narrative of the Bellas can't wrestle, of these women that helped pave the way, shouldn't be allowed to be on a pay-per-view that they helped pave the way for. I'm sick and tired of you motherfuckers straight up dogging the women of the past like they didn't fight fucking hard to make women's wrestling what it is today and try to get better opportunities, better matches, better storylines. I'm sick and tired of y'all dragging them, but then getting upset when their faves or when their fans come and attack you. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm done with that narrative. I'm done with that shit. I will be reading comments like that towards the end of my videos that I feel like deserve to be dragged and deserve to be talked about, because there's no way in hell you're the main one talking about, oh, women wrestling should matter, but you're the main one devaluing it to the fucking bottom of to gum on the bottom of my shoe. No, I'm done with that. So depending on what what comments, and when I see them and all that, I will be doing like a 5 to 10 minute rant at the end of my videos about those comments. And yeah, and you know what, I don't care if you call me a bitch, I don't care if you don't like it. You guys, I've had to listen to this shit since I was fucking 3, and I've had to read it since I was 5 because I was very well developed. And I'm done. You guys have had a platform for so fucking long to spew your bullshit, your hate, and your dumbass narrative and logic about these women. I'm here to drag you for it. And if you don't like it, get the fuck off my channel, or don't listen to my last 10 minutes. But I'm done. I'm sick and tired of it. I will be dragging both men and women that do this shit. I will not read the names because I don't want to give them. I'm not going to do that. But I will be dragging. And I don't care anymore. I'm done. I'm sick. I've had to deal with this shit for so fucking long. And it's time for someone to finally help take a stand against this bullshit. There have been people that have done it in the past, like MTO and Omar. I love their channel. They've always been an advocate for women. They've always been an advocate for women, especially the ones that people constantly dog. So I'm going to not be like them, but I'm going to start defending the women. I'm going to start dragging people that have that dumbass narrative. And if you don't like it, get off my channel. So look forward to those in my coming videos. So yeah, that's my little rant. And no, it wasn't just about the Bellas. It's going to be about all women, because I've seen this happen to a lot. Damn, they're all the women. In all honesty, even the ones that have proven themselves to be amazing, they still get called sluts and whores and stuck their way to the top and all that. And the same people that are like, oh, I want women to succeed, they're the same ones that never watched a Divas match, that never gave it a chance. They're the same ones that said, oh, the Bellas and Michelle and Melina and Mickey sucked when they first came in, despite the fact that they could always wrestle, they could always put on a good match. The problem is, they were the motherfuckers that skipped the match. They took a bathroom break during the match. So when they did have good matches, and when they did, and then when they were given a chance, they left, and they didn't see it. Those are those people that now all of a sudden care about women's wrestling. Fuck out of here. But yeah, that's channel. I'm excited, I'm ready, and I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.